The GTA real estate market is shifting again. More listings, lower prices, but buyers, they're still hesitating. Why? We've just wrapped up a cool May, and as summer starts to heat up, so is the conversation around real estate in the Greater Toronto Area. According to TRREB's latest report, affordability has actually improved compared to this time last year. Sales are down 13%, prices are down 4%, and listings, they're up, giving buyers more options and negotiating power than we've seen in years. But here's the catch. Despite better conditions, many buyers are still sitting on the sidelines, held back by uncertainty around the economy and our trade relations with the US. And while that stalls some segments of the market, others, like the condo sector, are offering serious opportunities within over 7 months of inventory now available. Hey, I'm Matt Sloan. I help buyers and sellers navigate the Greater Toronto Area real estate market. And if you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and take the 2 seconds to subscribe to my channel, as I only need a few more subscribers to reach my first 100. So, in this video, we're breaking down exactly what's happening, where the opportunities are, and what it all means if you're planning to buy, sell, or invest in the months ahead. So let's get into it. And as I usually do, I'll pull up the graphs and charts specifically about this past May and years past. So stay with me here while we break down the numbers a little bit to give you a little clearer picture of what's been happening in the market recently. So as you can see here, the average sale price is down 2.7% year to date. So we're sitting at $1,094,000 for average sale price. And this is reflective of all home types across the GTA. And as I mentioned, down 2.7% year to date. So all things considered, with everything that's happening in the world, in the economy, in the news, listings being up, the uncertainty around the market, it's pretty good, I'd say, to only be down 2.7% year to date. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Next up, we have average days on market. We're seeing 27 days for the average days on market right now, and that's up just over 17% year to date. And that's typical to be higher, or typical to see that 17% higher as 27 days, because typically during the spring market is when things start to heat up a little bit. Buyers are more active. Homes sit a little less on the market. But right now, we're not seeing that so much. And months of inventory is at 4.96, just under 5 months of inventory. So really, really pushing that buyer's market right now for all home types across the GTA. Next up, we have this dot chart, and this, I always mentioned, this is one of my favorite ones because it really paints a picture of how the market has been reacting over the past 4 years, as we've shown here, from February 2021 all the way to May 2025. And if we just take out that spike that we have in the early of 2022, going into the spring there, we'll see the ebbs and flows of the market as expected, ups in the spring and fall markets and down in the summer and winter markets. And really, we haven't seen too much change besides that one spike there, as I mentioned, back in 2022. So all things considered, the real estate market has held pretty strong when we take into account what has happened here, not only in the GTA, but in the world over the last 5 years, everything from COVID to trade wars now. Next up, we have what I've kind of mentioned earlier, but the stats for the Greater Toronto Area. And we can see here that the average sale price, as I mentioned, was $1,094,000. Number of sales, though, and this is a big one. This is something to pay attention to a little bit. The number of sales right now are 24,755. It's down 18.6% year to date. And the last 2 years were a couple, like 2023 and 2024, they were some of the slowest years that we've seen in the Greater Toronto real estate market. And to still continue to be trending downwards in number of sales is pretty surprising, to be honest. But all things considered, it does make a little bit of sense with the uncertainty in the market and everything that's going on in the economy and the world right now. Next up, we'll pull up this monthly sales data, and this is cool because it breaks down the last 13 months, because we can compare May last year to May this year, and we can look at the number of sales, the active listings, the months of inventory, the average sale price, and the days on market. And as we see here, when we look at the past year, it's been pretty. There hasn't been too much movement one way or the other. We've seen the active listings really shoot up, where last May we had just over 21,000 and now we have 30,000. So we have a big jump there. But in terms of average sale price, last May was 1.165 and we're still sitting at 1.12. So again, not a huge drop in terms of average sale price. Lastly, we have the May stats from 2020 to 2025. And again, this will show what the Mays have looked like over the past 5 years. And then we compare to, 2020 when the number of sales were 4,500 and the average sale price was 863. The months of inventory was 2.49. But again, that was right in the thick of COVID. And if you look at right now, we have 6,200 sales, but 30,000 active listings, and the average sale price is 1.12 with almost 5 months of inventory. Again, really pushing that buyer's market right now. So what does this all mean for you? If you're a buyer, this is a good time to be looking. It's getting out there. Even if you're not doing it, let's say tomorrow, next week, next month, it's good to pay attention right now. Know what's going on in the area that you're looking at, or, maybe it's time to get familiar with new areas, but there is opportunity out there right now if you are a buyer. So I would suggest, again, getting your toes wet a little bit, get your ducks in a row, speak to a mortgage advisor, speak to a realtor, and get familiar and get active with what's going on. That way, when the time does come and it is right for you, you're able to take advantage of the opportunities that are out there. Now, if you're a seller, things are a little bit more difficult than they were, a couple years ago when we'd be able to put it on the market and you have multiple offers within the week. Right now, if you are a seller, properties are still selling, but they're the ones that are either turnkey, they are, shining top to bottom, you've move-in ready, and they are either staged, they have really good photos. So again, if you're planning on listing, you want to make sure you're showcasing your property in the best light possible. So now that it's spring, summertime, we want to make sure that curb appeal is nice, those flower beds are all taken care of. The front of the home, as soon as you walk in, looks nice and clean and organized. And then staging is very important too. So we want to make sure that the furniture that's in the home is showing the home in the best light. Maybe a coat of fresh paint before going to market, a nice neutral color, and really showcase the home with the professional photos and marketing that goes into it. And those are the ones that are selling right now. So if you're thinking about selling, start doing that spring cleaning, getting everything organized, decluttering, depersonalizing, fresh coat of paint. And when your realtor suggests possibly the opportunity of staging and what it might cost, I would lean towards going the staging route, as it will help you in the long run. So those are my 2 cents, and I think that's what we're noticing on the market right now. And if you want to discuss that further, you can click the link in the description below and book a time with me that works for you, and I'm happy to chat. So to sum things up, while May showed us that affordability is improving and inventory is rising, confidence is still the missing piece, holding this market back. But make no mistake, that hesitation is creating a window of opportunity, as I mentioned before, for the buyers and investors who are ready to act before the crowd comes back in. So every neighborhood in the GTA is telling a slightly different story right now, and timing your move, whether buying, selling, or investing, really comes down to understanding those micro trends. So stay up to date with those, as I mentioned. So if you want to dive deeper into your specific area or get a clearer picture of what these market shifts mean for your plans, Reach out anytime. I'm here to help you make sense of it all. And if you did find this video helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. Subscribe for more monthly updates, and I will see you in the next one.